There is a trail in Rocky Mountain National Park that doesn't show up on any map. No signs, no summit, and no selfie spot. And yet, it might lead to the greatest gift that this park has to offer. It's a trail that very few visitors ever take, but I hope, by the end of this video, that you'll choose to be one of those who take it. I arrived here at the edge of Rocky Mountain National Park on January 1st, 2004, worn out, frayed, and falling apart. After more than a decade of relentless activity and stress, I was just a shell of a person. I'd spent years doing good and even meaningful things, but I had lost touch with something vital, my inner life, and that still, quiet voice that speaks in silence. In the years since, I found deep healing, even transformation, and Rocky played a huge role in that. When I look at this place and at our nation's other national parks and wildlands, I see one of the most important, untapped resources for humanity. Not the timber, not the water, or even the scenic beauty, but this, the quiet invitation to be still. We all know that life is loud, noisy, and busy, constantly demanding our attention. We scroll while we eat, we multitask while we rest. We're so bombarded by stimuli that we end up living on the surface of our lives, reacting, responding, rushing from one crisis to the next. And in the chaos, we lose touch with our own inner world and with that quiet whisper. Now, this isn't a new problem. In the 1600s, philosopher and mathematician Blaise Pascal observed the same thing. He wrote that people of every class, peasants, nobles, and even kings, allowed and even sought for their lives to be filled with distraction. Back then, they distracted themselves with hunting, gossip, or even war. But the reason deep down was to avoid being alone with themselves. He then made a startling claim. He said humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Let that sink in. Could it really be that our fear of facing ourselves and our inner world is at the root of so much trouble and suffering? I believe the answer is yes. When we avoid silence, we avoid ourselves. We stay disconnected from our motivations, our wounds, our deepest longings. We act out in the world without understanding why, because we're hiding from what's inside. Our lives become like runaway trains without anyone in the driver's seat. And then we wonder why our relationships, our choices, even the world feels off course. So how do we begin to return? How do we live with more peace, clarity, and wholeness? Well, I think we begin by slowing down, by bringing our inner and outer worlds back into alignment. And that's what nature offers us. Not just beautiful vistas, but a way of being, a way of healing. So what then is that overlook trail that I spoke of? Well, it's any trail that leads away from the crowds, where we can encounter solitude, stillness, and silence, enabling us to reconnect with our inner world. Now, if you've ever gone for a quiet walk in the woods and let your racing mind begin to settle, then you've felt it. That rising awareness of what's going on inside you. It can feel unsettling at first, but if you stay with it, you'll find that silence isn't empty. It's full of healing, clarity, and even the whisper of something greater calling you to a life of wholeness. Like Pascal, I've come to believe that many of my own struggles and many of our world's problems stem from avoiding what's happening deep within. We've grown disconnected from ourselves, from each other, and even from the natural world. But places like Rocky Mountain National Park offer a chance to return, a chance to breathe, to be still, to listen, to finally hear what's been waiting for us all along. So next time you visit Rocky or any place where nature still speaks, take a quiet walk alone. Pay attention to what's happening around you, the trees, the wind, the insects, the light. And then, when your inner world begins to rise, don't run, welcome it. Allow the things you've stuffed down to come out into the light where they can be examined and healed. This is the quiet, unseen path to wholeness, one that few travel, and one that none regret. Well, this video was certainly different from my previous ones, certainly a lot more reflective and personal, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you thought of it. And if this resonated with you and you want to go deeper, then check out my more reflective books. I've written 2 so far, part of a series, and I'm writing the 3rd and final one now. The first one is called Whispers in the Wilderness. The second is called The Journey Beyond. And I'll tell you the 3rd one when it comes time for release. Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone. In the next video, I'll be back with practical tips for visiting Rocky Mountain National Park. Thanks, everyone. To help you prepare for your visit to Rocky Mountain National Park, visit my website, rockymountainnationalpark.com. For hiking guides, calendars, coffee table books, and more, visit rockytrailpress.com. And when you arrive, be sure and stop by my gallery in downtown Estes Park. It's called Images of Rocky Mountain National Park.